Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's event. We're going to get started here. It's August 30th, and today we have an event starting your own business. And before we get too much into the details here, I do want to let you guys know that your camera functions are turned off and you are muted, and that is to also help with bandwidth as well as questions and answers. And I also want to explain to you guys that there is a Q&A tab at the bottom of your screen, depending on your Zoom view. So it's going to be at the bottom left hand or right hand of your screen. If you have any questions, please feel free to type your question in the question and answer tab, and we will make sure that we get to your question towards the end of the webinar. And also, my colleague here, Kirk, he's going to be putting a bunch of information in the chat. He's going to be putting a bunch of resources, a bunch of links, a bunch of websites in the chat there. So that's why, we're telling you guys to utilize the Q&A tab feature. So as far as this event goes today, we have some guest speakers for you guys. I'll be going over the overview myself, and that's what CalVet does and what we do here in our department and outreach in our events, and also the different types of benefits that you guys are entitled to through the state, as well as some federal benefits. And then after that, we have a link, a local interagency network coordinator. Her name is Annette, and she'll be talking to you guys about her role and what she does in her region. And then after that, my colleague Kirk Eller is going to be talking about entrepreneurship. He's going to be giving tips on veteran-owned businesses and federal and state programs and services. And then last but not least, we have our wonderful SCORE representatives here. So we have Peter Fong and Christina Gonzalez, and they're going to be talking about SCORE resources and tips for businesses as well. So without further ado, I'm going to get started here. And like I mentioned earlier, my name is Michael Monk. I am a training coordinator here at the California Department of Veteran Affairs, part of the California Transition Assistance Program. That's what CalTAP is. And I'm also a veteran myself. I have been in the Navy for about 12 to 13 years now. So I did 7 years active duty, and I did another 5 years of reserve. So I understand what you guys are going through when you're transitioning and you're doing other things out there, and you're trying to pursue education and figure out where you're going in your transitioning process. So I want to start here by saying, what is CalTAP? So I like to read this verbatim. So CalTAP is designed to inform and connect veterans of all eras to their earned federal and state benefits, as well as provide continued support and assistance as their needs change over time through our 5 pathways. And I like to read this verbatim because the veterans' needs do change over time. So a Vietnam era veteran is going to be different than a Gulf War veteran and, Iraq War veteran. So it's important to understand those changes and those needs as well. And we transition and do that through these 5 pathways, through core curriculum, education, employment, and entrepreneurship, and service providers as well. This is our California Veteran Resource Book. So this also is going to be put in the chat as a PDF link. This you can also get this on our website, and this is really a great resource for you guys. And this is just honestly a great book to get started. It's really just phenomenal information, and it's full of a lot of great stuff, and to help you guys get started when you are transitioning and you're filing claims, and you're trying to figure out what your benefits are and where you can go. And it also has the county offices listed by county here in California. So if you guys are interested in getting compensation and disability claims and filing and that stuff, it does kind of direct you and show you where to go for that as well. So how can I use CalTAP online? So the first thing that you want to do is you want to Google CalVet, and you're going to click that link, and the first link that pops up, it's going to bring you to this homepage right here, and then you're going to click CalTAP. And then from CalTAP, you're going to see those 5 different pathways that we were talking about. So you see the core curriculum, education, and employment. So Also, before I move forward, I want to let you guys know that right below there, right below webinars, it says archives. So that's actually a hyperlink, and you can click that and you can go to our previously recorded webinars, and you guys can, from there, you can view our previously recorded webinars and our upcoming webinars as well, if you guys are interested in that. So just for the purpose of this presentation, if you go through the core curriculum pathway, and then you're going to click on that and go to California benefits, because that's what I'm talking to you guys about in this overview. And it's just going to explain the different benefits available through the California Department of Veteran Affairs and through California. So what are my California benefits? So with California state benefits, I also want to show you guys their regional outreach page. And this is also another really helpful resource for you guys. And this also breaks down the links by region, the local interagency network coordinators. And this is really just really goes in good detail of describing what the links do, and the county offices and the local offices and the state offices, and just, you know, their role and getting that together. And it's kind of like also like a directory, and it just kind of helps you get to where you need to go. So as far as California specific benefits, so there's a lot of things that you guys can do through the state of California as far as being a veteran, and that's exactly what this page is showing you here. So there's the college tuition fee waiver, which waives college tuition for dependents of veterans. So you need anywhere from you need a disability rating of anywhere from 0 to 100%, and you're entitled to this benefit. And it's just honestly a great benefit to use for your kids or your spouse, you know, who wouldn't want to go to school for free. So it's one of the best sought out benefits that we have here at CalVet. There's also a veteran designated driver's license, and that's just to get the word veteran designated on your driver's license. That's so you don't have to carry your DD-214 around with you, and you don't have to carry important information around with you, such as PII in your pocket, you know. And that's just, there's also a lot of businesses that do honor that as well. There's a motor vehicle registration fee waiver, and that's to just waive the registration for that. That's the waive the registration cost for your vehicle. There's reduced fishing and hunting licenses. And I do also want to say, for the fishing and hunting licenses, you do need a disability rating of 50% or more. So keep in mind, for some of these benefits, you do need a disability rating to use them. And then there's also a no cost state park pass. And as far as property tax exemptions and business license and tax and fee exemptions, we do recommend that you guys talk to your local county tax assessor's office, because those taxes and fees can change per county to per county. So even though you live in the state of California, those taxes and fees can change for each different county, and they can be different. And as far as the right-hand side of this page goes, these are just a bunch of programs and divisions that we have. So we have CalVet Home Loans, which is another home loan that you can use on top of your VA home loan. So it's totally separate, and it is possible to coincide and use both. And I encourage you guys to check that out on our website as well. And that's also a great benefit for you guys. And then also CalVet does have a women's division, and we have a minority division as well. They help veterans with unnaturalized citizenship, gain citizenship. And then also we have CalVet Homes for Long-Term Care and CalVet Cemeteries, if you guys are interested in that as well. And as far as the CalVet Homes, there's about 8 different CalVet homes that are scattered through California. And you guys can also find this on our website as well. So here are some common veteran websites. This is the va.gov portal, and this is partially due to healthcare, disability, and things like that. And they're trying to make it more user-friendly and get everything together on one hub. And they are trying to transition everything to My VA Health and va.gov. And this is where you're going to go to schedule and manage health appointments. You can view test results. You can do things with your GI Bill and look up your GI Bill benefits and how much that you're entitled to and how much that you have remaining. And there's disability and stuff for filing claims and records and payment history and stuff like that as well. So this is the My VA Health Portal. Well, this is the My VA portal. And it's replacing e-benefits. So for the past couple of years, the VA has used e-benefits to everything I just showed you was on e-benefits, and they're trying to get away from that and are transitioning everything to this portal. And it's also just going to be that same place, that you're going to use to find all your needs for healthcare and things of that nature. And then also for, if you want to request travel reimbursement or refill and track your prescriptions as well. And this right here is the health.net. And this is basically an additional portal here for health records and appointments and things like that. You can view, print, and download a copy of your VA medical records and information if you had to on here. And also as well with the pharmacy and prescriptions. Here are some ways that you can continue to support CalTAP. So you can provide your non-DoD email to the CalTAP at calvet.ca.gov. And we do say non-DoD email because most of you guys might be transitioning and doing other things. So if you use your DoD email, then that email might expire or no longer be valid. So we do encourage you guys to use your non-DoD email. And then also you can register for My Calvet on Calvet's homepage. You can add Calvet Veteran Service on social media. You can attend our webinars. And then also on that right-hand side there, that's basically little QR codes, and that's our social media handles up there, including like Facebook and Instagram. Also, we do have a YouTube channel that does have most of our webinars and things that we do on there. And then at the bottom, we do encourage you guys to also fill out our survey, and there's our QR code for that as well. So there's the QR code for the survey and the survey link as well for you guys. So also I wanted to show you guys real quick if you're interested in registering on the Calvet website. So if you Google Calvet and that first link that pops up there, pretty much anywhere from the website, you can go to that little hub there where it says log in and register, and you're going to click register and just fill out some basic information about yourself. And that's how you'll be able to stay registered and stay in contact with CalTAP and things that we do here. This is what our monthly newsletter looks like. This is our Deputy Secretary, Keith Boylan. And this is what our upcoming webinars would look like if we had some there. So we usually have webinars that we put on a platform called Eventbrite, and then you can get tickets through our newsletter by clicking the links there, and then you can register for those as well. And then also here is my contact information. I'm pretty responsive by email. So I usually get back within 24 hours. And then also there's our hotline up there. So if you guys have any questions, you can call us and a live person will answer the phone, and our website as well. So I just want to thank you guys for coming out here today, and I'm going to hand it off right now to Annette. And she's going to be talking about her role and what she does as the Central Valley Link. Are you there, Annette?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yes, I like to say link because it's way too long to pronounce. But basically what I'm a field rep for the state of California. And I am one of the 8 field reps that work within the state of California to assist military service members and their families. Next slide, please. So you can see that Calvet has divided the state into 8 regions. Each color is a region with a coordinating link. I am the Central Valley link. Stanislaus, Kern County, I cover 8 counties, representing about 140,000 veterans, but also military service members we work with. And as a team, we work with state and federal agencies, and we all have our own individual capacities. We have an attorney, we have a retired military, currently serving military, uh, people who've worked in Congress. And so we bring something to the table. But what we do within our each individual counties is build up those additional resources where state and federal may not cover those benefits or the things that veterans or military service members need. Next slide, please. So we provide outreach to service members, veterans, and their families. We go to DoD installations, which means we get those people who are currently serving active duty service members connected to their benefits before they even separate. We work with community colleges, their Veterans Resource Center. These currently are recently separated veterans, and also with our libraries, Veterans Resource Centers. And then we can make referrals and work directly with established service provider networks. That's because we've built up this additional body of resources that we can help our military service members and dependents with. We assist with local emergencies. I recently was at the Mariposa Local Assistance Center helping those veterans who were impacted by the Oak Fire. And in some cases, they lost everything. And by everything, I mean also their paperwork. But by working with the County Veteran Service Office, excuse me, we were able to get them copies of their DD Form 214, which is a very important piece of paperwork. And also with Calvet Home Loans, get their certificate of eligibility so they could go forward with a Calvet or a VA home loan. And if they had a Calvet home loan, assist them with their insurance paperwork. Currently, what we're doing, the links, the 8 of us, as well as headquarters, we're taking those calls that go into 1-800-CALVET. So whether we get a call from, I get a call from San Diego or Klamath Falls, because I know the state and federal agencies, I'm able to assist them. And if we need to go deeper within their communities, I contact their link. So because they are definitely know all the resources in their area. And then we provide leadership and advocacy to local communities. And we do this by staying in touch with our collaboratives, with our veterans employment committees. We make sure they're aware of the benefits and service. Any changes or updates to benefits and services. Also, if there's a gap, so we can forward that information to headquarters. Next slide, please. So we are truly unique, and then there's no other position like us. There are 8 of us in the state of California. We work very closely with our County Veteran Service Office because there are 56 County Veteran Service officers, and they are the boots on the ground, and they help us in implementing those benefits for federal or state resources. Next slide, please. So we are experts in the area of veteran services, whether it's federal, state, but definitely our local levels, because that's where we build up that whole community, and then understand local infrastructure of veteran services assigned region. Next slide, please. So getting connected to your benefits, well, I'm the poster child for that. I served in the United States Army from 1975 to 1978. I used my GI Bill, got my degree, and also used my VA home loan. And I thought that's pretty much it. But I think, as Michael said earlier, your needs change over time. So you need to take advantage of all these agencies that we work with. Employment and training, the Employment Development Department. I worked for them for 8 years. I was an EDD vet rep, and they have dedicated staff that work solely with veterans to help them with getting connected to employers. And they are co-located in the America's Job Center of California. California state benefits, well, that's what we do as links. That's our outreach, but it's our County Veteran Service Office that actually do all the implementation of CalVet services. So whether it's the college tuition fee waiver, DMV services, parks, whatever you need, go to them, compensation, they do 50% of the claims in the state of California. Get connected to them. And then healthcare, I'm enrolled in the VA healthcare. So if you need to get enrolled in VA healthcare, you can actually go online and do, or you can call eligibility and they'll get you enrolled there. Next slide, please. This is my information. Like I said, I'm a United States Army veteran, service-connected disability. I've used all these resources. So please call me if you have any questions, take advantage of everything that's available to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Annette. That was very useful information. Really appreciate that. Next up, my colleague, Kirk Eller. He's going to be talking about entrepreneurship. Are you there, Kirk?
Good morning. Yes. Thank you, Michael. And good morning, everyone. My name is Kirk Eller. Next slide, please. My name is Kirk Eller. I am a CalTAP training coordinator here at Department of Veteran Affairs, and I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I served from 1986 to 1990 as a helicopter crew chief. And I'm going to give you some information on the Veterans Entrepreneurship pathway. Please bear with me. I'm going to go through this a little bit quickly so we can give some time to the folks from SCORE, and they're going to go over what they do and dive a little deeper in how they can assist you in your small business. So the resources that we have through this slide presentation, if you have any questions during this presentation, please go to the Q&A tab and put it in the Q&A, and we will address them following the end at the Q&A portion. Next slide, please. So veteran-owned business, there's about 2.5 million owned businesses in the US, and 10% of those are here in California. And they generate a lot of revenue here in the state of California. So the primary industries are listed here, scientific, professional, technical services, as well as general and construction and real estate. So there's a lot of industry here in the state of California that you can have a small business. And we're going to go over some of those and how you can actually start a business and then maybe partner with the state or federal agencies and get certified to do business with them. Next slide. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to develop a business plan. A solid business plan is going to help you be successful, and it's going to aid and help you along the way so that your business can grow and generate revenue. So the first thing you do is after you get your business plan, you're going to want to decide where your business is going to be located. Is it going to be a brick and mortar? Is it online? And decide what county or area that it's going to be in. There's tax incentives that could benefit you as to where your business is located. So you want to key in on those. The next, what kind of business structure? Is it a small business? Is it a privately owned business? Sole proprietorship, an LLC? There's so many different types of business. So you want to look into what's going to protect you and your assets and your family for the best of your interest. Then you're going to file your tax and employer information and get any permits and necessary licensing that you're going to need for that county where your business is located. Next slide. So this is going to be some small business resources here that the state of California provides. Primarily, these slides are going to be just links at the bottom of the slide deck. So there are websites that you can actually go to and review these websites yourself for whatever kind of generated information that you're looking for. Next slide. The first one's going to be the Secretary of State's office. This is a really great place for you to start because it maintains records for all small businesses throughout public entity. It can also give you a checklist how to start your business for you to the do's and don'ts and where you go and how to start. So the website is listed there on the bottom of the slide, and you can visit that and find out about your checklist. Next slide. The next one is GoBiz, or the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, and they offer a wide range of services from site selection, permit assistance, and then small business assistance. And it's a really good single point of contact for all of your economic development and starting your small business. And the website is www.business.ca.gov. And these are all state agencies, so you want to make sure that you focus on those websites and make sure that the ca.gov is listed there when you type in that search for that development or for that agency. Next slide. Okay, the next one is the California Office of Small Business Advocate. And this is kind of a one-stop resource. It provides business navigator, and they have a business service desk or a help desk and they can call and you can get information directly over there. And they have CalGold, but the big thing that they do provide is they provide financial assistance and some quick start guides. So if it's a small business, even if it's just like a side hustle or something like, hey, I want to be a street vendor or something quick and easy like that, where you want to make some money quick, this is a way for you to get started quickly and up and running a reasonable time frame. But it also provides some international and trade and investment if you're in that market for overseas travel as well for your business. Next slide. Okay, and then the grants portal, the California grants portal, and that is just what it sounds like. That is free money. Grants portal, a centralized location to find state grant opportunities. There's a lot of agencies in here that can provide money for your business. You just have to sign up and subscribe to an email. They will generate that based on what you're looking for. And you can, who wants to turn down some free money. So please go to California grants.ca.gov, and you can look at those resources that they also provide. Next slide. Okay, this is the last one. This is the Department of General Services, and this is where you're going to go if you would like to have your small business certified and do business with the state. You can also certify your business as a DVBE or a disabled veteran business entity, and that gives you some benefits in doing business with the state. It provides you incentives for the solicitation process and the bidding process for your business. So it gives you some information at this DGS, or Department of General Services, on how to do business with the state of California, how to get certified, and how to contract with the state. So this is where you're going to get started if you're going to do that. Next slide. Okay, and the next one is Cali Procure, and that's if you want to sell anything to the state or you want to get certified, and then you can also do that as a public procurement information. But they also provide training and resources on how to go about that process and working with the state. So there's like some really good training tools, and they partner with DGS as well. So they kind of work hand in hand, the Cali Procure and the DGS system. Next slide. Okay, we're going to go over some small business resources for federal side real quick. And this is primarily if you want to do business, how to get certified to contract with the federal government. Next slide. Okay, the first one is the SBA, or the Small Business Administration. And this is going to be like the mothership for all SBA. This is a federal agency that covers small business development centers throughout the nation. They cooperate and assist not just veterans, but all people that want to start a small business. And they encourage people through counseling, training, and assistance and mentorship programs, but they can also provide you assistance with financial aid and grants. So it's a wonderful resource. Anybody should be looking at the SBA. They can give you incentives and how to get business to get off the ground and start your financing for your business as well. Next slide. Okay, now another one is the Federal Small Business is a Veteran Business Outreach Center, or VBOC. These are centrally located throughout the nation. We have two here in the state of California. One is in Sacramento, and the second one is in Carlsbad, California. And these areas, they cooperate with the SBA, but they specifically focus on veteran-owned businesses. And they provide assistance and resources for starting your business, mentoring, as well as training and how to manage and grow your business. If you're not close enough to the VBOC in your area, Sacramento or Carlsbad, there's another agency, next slide, that's called SCORE. And I'm not going to talk about this because we have a guest speaker and they're going to go over everything that they do for the small businesses in their agency. So next slide. And now I'm going to give you some non-government-based resources. And just be aware, if it's a non-government agency, they may charge a fee for these services. So you want to be leery of that. So be caution when you contact these agencies. Next slide. The U.S. Veteran Business Alliance, Elite SDVOB, which stands for Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Business Network. They're in San Diego, and they offer business development resources as well as mentoring. And then there's the Veterans in Business Network, the VIB. So remember, these are non-government based resources, and they could charge a fee for these services, but they assist in networking and training for getting your small business to grow. Next slide. Okay, so now we're talking about certificate programs for your business, whether it's a state or federal, and kind of goes over the differences between the two and how to be eligible and what you would do to contact that. The first at the state level is a Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise, or DVBE, or just a small business, or SB. On the federal level, that's called a Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Business, or SDVOB. And then the first thing you would ask if you would like to contract with either the state or the federal government if you own these small businesses, you want to find out if your business is right to do that business. Is it a large corporation? Can you provide services to government agencies and purchase goods or services for them? And are you big enough and can provide enough insurance and bonding and administrating to perform the work for those agencies or entities? If you have all of those check boxes checked, then you can consider certifying your business to contract with the state or the federal government. Next slide. So now you're going to get some program benefits on what you can do if you do certify your program, your agency to contract with the state or federal government. On the state side, a small business or a DVBE, you get most agencies have a 3% solicitation goal. And what that means is they look for veteran-owned businesses or disabled veteran business first, so that they can contract with those and hire those agencies to do awards. There's a multi-award agency departments have for hiring them first policy. And then your company would be registered in Cali Procure, so you'd be visible to all agencies, state agencies to do business. And it also provides a non-competitive bid and a reciprocity program. The non-competitive bid is really interesting because it provides you resources to do business and be awarded a contract within 5% of the highest bid, whether you're above or below that bid. And they can actually offer you that job based within that 5% goal without any kind of repercussions. The reciprocity program is once you're certified, your business can be seen and visible, not just the state level, but all the way down to the county and the city level statewide. So these agencies that are government at the city level and county level can also view your company to contract with those agencies. On the federal side, the same contract solicitation goal at 3% for the SDVOB, but it also sets aside competitive and sole source programs for contracting with the federal government. You can be the sole proprietor and contract just only for that business, and they can look just to you for that contract work. You would have to be registered in the SAM for the System of Award Management, and they also provide a non-competitive bid for that services. Next slide. So here's some eligibility for the businesses to get certified. For the California DVBE, the business has to be 51% owned and controlled by a service-connected disabled veteran of at least 10% from the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. If it's a limited liability company, that has to be wholly owned by the veteran of one or more veterans with the disabled veteran. And in the state of California for the DVBE, the veteran must reside domicile in California. For the federal, it's the same 51% controlled by the veteran. 100% 0 to 100% service-connected disability rating is required, and the business must also qualify under the small business standards for their particular industry. And if you're not sure about what that is, you can go to the SBA and look at what the certification is for the SAM or System Award Management. Next slide. So now let's talk about how do you get certified. In the state, you would get certified as a Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise, or DVBE, and this gives you the information on what you need to do. You gather your tax returns for your business, federal employee identification number, all of your business license information, managers, partners, members, and then keywords of your business that describe what you do, and then go to calprocure.ca.gov, and then you're going to click Get Certified. Online submission is the fastest way, so you would go to Cali Procure, and that's the quickest way to get certified. Next slide. Here's the Cali Procure website. You can see there the small business and disabled veteran. Click that link, put in all the information that you need, gather your documents, and then you would go through the process to get registered. Next slide. We also have here at Calvet is the DVBE resources. We have our own division here for disabled veteran businesses. And there's a request for response. If you have any information, you can actually go to the DVBE at calvet.ca.gov. That is the email address that's listed there. And Daniel Bates or Cherie Nuez will respond back to you, and they will send you a request for response, and you can give the information about the DVBE through them. Or you can go on our website and look at the DVBE as well, and there's a whole list of things that they do. Next slide. Okay, on the federal side, to get certified for a SDVOB, you would do the same thing with your tax returns, federal employee ID number, contractor's license, and your business license, and go to www.login.gov. And that will take you to create an account. Once you have that created, you log into sam.gov to register your business. Next slide. This is the SAM, or System of Award Management, and it says right there, register your entity. Once you have your account for your business, you go to the SAM and then you register it, and it's pretty simple and straightforward. Next slide. That's it for me. I'm going to turn it over to the SCORE folks, and this is my contact information here, my email, and we also have our 800 number there that you can contact and get a hold of any one of us here in CalTAP. And then you can also friend us on Instagram and Facebook and our YouTube channel there, as well as Calvet on the QR codes. Thank you for your time, and good luck in your ventures starting a small business. Turn it over to Michael. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Kirk. There's a lot of great information about entrepreneurship. So right now we're gonna give it to our SCORE representatives, Peter Fong here and Christina Gonzalez, and they're gonna present their information and about what SCORE is about and what they do.
Well, thank you, Michael. And thank everybody for their service on the call today. And I'm also a service-connected Navy veteran. And I want to thank CalVet for putting this together, because there is so much information out there for veterans today. It's unbelievable. SCORE has been helping small business since 1964. And if we can go to the next slide, it's a little bio and who I am, and enough of that. And I'm going to go in and show you what we can provide our veterans, and we call our Veterans Protege Program, with over 10,000 volunteers across the country that can help a small business from a startup to an existing business. Next slide, please. So a little about SCORE. Next slide. So we're formed in '64, as I said. Our mission is to foster vibrant small businesses, and our mission is that every person has the support necessary. And our core value is that our clients' success is going to be our success. And we have thousands across the country. Next slide. So the story is providing free business advice and mentoring, which is our volunteers can provide from seasoned business owners that have crossed the minefields of starting a business and keeping that business going. And low cost and no cost training, and most of it is free, and business templates and resources, which we'll get into in a moment here. Next slide, please. Like I said, today we have grown since the COVID. Team volunteers across the country serving our 1,500 communities. What this allowed us to do during COVID, we pivoted over to technology. And more importantly, there was so many businesses out there that were stranded. And more importantly, we were able to be the 911 call to support them and foster their business through the era of COVID. Next slide, please. So this is just a little what we have done. We created over 25,000 new businesses and 97,000 new jobs. And of course, 58,000 of our clients increased their revenue. And this is what we call a mentoring program, is that we're here for you for the life of your business. Next slide. So how can we help you? So next slide. We provide free mentoring. Every chapter across the country can help you virtually and in person. And if you're just starting out, don't go it alone. And we can help providing guidance and resources. We're to help you succeed. And like I said, we're here for the life of your business. Next slide. The benefits of mentoring from our volunteer base is they provide specific resources And then avoid timely and costly mistakes. Too many businesses have started their businesses, created leases, and then they found out they didn't have a proper business plan with the financing. And you'll see bankruptcy signs or going out of business. We want to prevent that. We want you to feel confident about having an experienced resource available to you by an email or a Zoom call. And we provide business startups to succeed. And over 25,000 new businesses successes, and one of those can be yours. Next slide. Local business workshops and events. I know Kurt mentioned DGS. We have a 4-part series coming up on that, from the beginner to those that are certified now what, and through the e-procurement process. So we'll send this that invitation out to you, and hopefully you can join us. And it's at no cost for our veterans out there. Again, another service we provide. So with the collective wisdom of our volunteers across the country and experience, there's probably not an industry we can't cover. Emerging firms and the obstacles that you have come across. Many of our volunteers have done that, and we want to help you with that. So if we can help you do that and grow your business, and network is critical, that we can have the proper people in place for you to help you on your journey. Next slide. This is kind of important. These are kind of tools available for you 24/7. We're going to give you a demo on our website, on the resource library, our live webinars, and our recorded webinars. You know, a lot of us attend webinars and say, oh my God, what did he say there? And, you know, geez, I wish I'd taken better notes. No worries. We record that in the webinar, because a lot of these have so much data and information on them. You want to go back and also put that in your library as a refresher course. We're the #1 blog across the country for small business out there. Sign up for our blog newsletter. We have impact reports that we'll share with you today in our SCORE newsletter. Sign up for newsletter. What's going on? What are the top businesses for 2022? We run this every spring and every fall. And we want to keep you informed what the trend is in small business. Next slide. Like I said, don't go it alone. We have a lot of people here that can help you. You know, you can hire a consultant and pay a lot of money, but we're dedicated to help you and our veterans out there for mentoring and workshops and online resources. Next slide. So we also are looking to join our team. So we can go to the next slide. And what we do is that we have our volunteers from across the country help us in a variety of capacities. Next slide. And how we can do that, you can provide video, email, telephone mentoring, or in person. Become a leader. We have leadership programs that you can become a leader in your community. Don't have the business skills? Well, we need support just like everybody else. Tech, finance, fundraising, so forth. The benefits will include becoming a leader in your local community or in your veterans community. Join our Veterans Protege program. That's helping vets. And not only that, lifelong learning. What will happen is that you're going to get skills that that you would not receive out there in the community. So, but more importantly is that we have a lot of people that come to SCORE, and we have more degrees than a thermometer, but still in the lifelong learning of small business, they still learn more to help you. Next slide. So if we can go to the next slide, please. So, so our vet to vet program, request a mentor. or find a mentor, and then you can join as a volunteer. And we are looking for veterans, veteran-owned businesses to help veterans. We're doing a vet program on what it is to run a business that's coming up, and a series of veteran programs that we'll be announcing, and we'll send that information out to everybody. So hopefully we can get you to come in and share the experience and gain some knowledge. Next slide. These are some of the upcoming ones. I spoke about the DGS with the state of California. This one here, why veterans make great entrepreneurs, a great guest speaker there. There's a franchising opportunities for veterans with VetFran. They're out of Kentucky, but they're a nationwide program. But more importantly is that veterans may want to buy a franchise, but it's got to be a good fit for you. You know, a turnkey operation, it may be profitable, maybe not. But VetFran will walk you through that, and more importantly, they broker a lot of the franchisors out there around the country, and especially in your local area, and they waive their fees if you want to purchase a franchise for veterans. So it's a great program. And on September 30th, all the graduates from the DGS programs, you're to meet the buyers. And it's not just DGS, it'll be Highway Patrol, it'll be Parks, it'll be a lot of the other agencies that you wouldn't think of, Fish and Game, and etc., because they all buy different things and products. So it'll be a great event, and we look forward to seeing you on this call. Next slide, please. Some of the SCORE resources we're going to share with you today, but more importantly, this is available to you at your leisure and time. And if we can go to the next slide. So I just want to talk about this one here. I met this gentleman, he's in Connecticut, and he's a renowned speaker, but there's a video in here. But go to this website, and if you're looking for a job, this is for work with a veteran. And he did a research. So unlike Google search, all these businesses are posted on LinkedIn, so they're active. So a lot of times you do a Google search, you know, for a job, and they're out of business. So this is really current time on here, and you can use this website, and these are good paying jobs. I mean, you know, just because you've been on a demolition team, you know, for the past 3 years, I mean, what are you going to do with that when you get out of the service, right? So there is needs out there, and you can search this by state, city, and county, and by classification. It's a great program that veterans are looking for an opportunity to work. The money is there, and these guys want to hire veterans. So save this if you're looking for a opportunity and working for a business. Next slide. So we're going to do a little screen share here, a little magic will appear, and my associate Christina Gonzalez will help me do a screen share with you. And this is made available to you anytime. This is our website. And we're a nation of immigrants. At the top of the page, you can go to translate, and this will go to A to Z. So regardless of what it is, and this will turn the website into any language you want. And then the impact, and we're talking about veterans today in our program. So the impact during COVID affected a lot of small businesses out there in different segments. And whether you're a Black entrepreneur or Hispanic or women-owned or veteran entrepreneur or AAPI or rural entrepreneur, but I'm going to key in on veterans, and that's why we're here today. This hub is geared for veterans, and when you click on there, it's going to have a lot of webinars for veterans on there, and more importantly, from startup to mid-start, you'll have great mentors that can help you in here. And also, if you go to the search bar down here, and there's a drop-down window, and this will sort this out to areas and topics that are of interest to you. And as you see, as we're demonstrating here, and we talked about grants. So if you go to the search engine on that, we provide a lot of grants to veterans on there. So in the search engine, if you go grants for veterans, I know NAV puts up a quarterly grant in there, but you can go in there and there's all kinds of information in here. FedEx puts out a grant every year. State of California, and other agencies out there. So there's a lot of resources in here, and simply go to score.org and you click on any one of these, and you go to the library and do a search there by topic if you like, or take any courses on demand. And I think this search bar, maybe you have it, yeah, you can see that has a broader selection. Our team during COVID, we found that many small businesses were disconnected. And then for those for post-COVID that survived, we call the Resilience Hub. And what this helps you in the survival mode that survived the COVID to keep your business going. Because during that period, many small businesses were disconnected with their customers and their vendors. We didn't know if you're open. And those that did make it and continue to grow, we have a special hub here that they can go to that will further their sustainability post the pandemic period. And so this is to connect all of our partners, and more importantly, we want to support our veterans. And I think with that, I think that's pretty much the end of my presentation. And if we have any questions, if you want to seek a mentor, you just put in your zip code here, and we get those requests within probably 10 minutes. So put in your zip code, and if you're a veteran or whatever subject you want to cover, I want to do a startup, I want to do government contracting, it's whatever you want to request, and just put in that the blue box there and put in your zip code. Okay. I guess Christine went there typed in government contracting, so that's not to put my pretty face on there, but we have a lot of volunteers that can help you. So with that, I will turn it back to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Peter. Right now, I'm going to hand it back off to my colleague Kirk and see if there's any other additional questions and answers, and if there's any additional questions that he wants to go over. It looks like right now we don't have any more additional questions, so I'll just leave it open for another minute or two. And if there's anybody out there that has any other additional questions, they feel free to either type it in the Q&A, or I can also unmute you and let you talk as well.
Peter, I want to thank you for all that information.
Well, thank you, Kurt, for your service and all you do, and thank you for inviting us to CalVet, because, helping our veterans is a priority to me and our team. So anything we can do, please reach out to us, and we are just a click of the mouse, and we will get connected with you. Thank you.
Peter or Christina, did you want to chime in on that one? The question was for disabled veterans. Are there any fees that can be waived when filing paperwork for your LLC?
Unfortunately, no. The only fees that is available is the certification process. Banks can't give discounts with your women-owned or veteran-owned business out there, but especially a lot of these taxing agencies, unfortunately not.
Okay. The next question is, does the small business benefits apply to a widower?
I would check with the VA on that. There's been some.
Okay, we have a question about certifying your business as a disabled veteran business. It says you have to return supply 3 years of tax returns. Is that my personal tax returns or my business tax returns? You can check with your local county or where you're going to have your business entity located. If it's a startup business, I believe you would want just your because if it depends on what kind of business it is. If it's a sole proprietorship, you may need your personal tax returns. If it's an LLC, you may have the business entity, but for the business, you're going to need the business tax returns. So that would be the answer for your tax returns. The next one, the small business benefits apply to a widower. If the service-connected veteran was 100% service-connected and they passed away with service-connected complications of their disability, there may be some benefits for the surviving spouse for small business entities. So you would just have to contact that entity that you're trying to do business with, either the SBA or the state of California. Or are you looking to start your business? Check with the SBA or the county where you reside, where you're going to start your business, and you can ask them if there are any benefits for surviving spouses for veteran spouses. And can the business be owned by the spouse and not the vet? Sole proprietorship. The veteran who has the service-connected disability rating would have to own at least 51% of that business for a sole proprietorship or LLC. So yes, the spouse can own the business as well, but the vet has to be the 51% of the ownership. Okay. The next question is, how can a mentor, they're in the development stages of their business, how can a mentor assist if I'm in the concept or pre-concept stage, and at what point would I want to engage a mentor? So Peter or Christina, could you please chime in on this when this is a good point for the mentor? How would the mentor help them? And at what point in their search and starting their business would they want to actually engage with a mentor?
Initially, we would do an interview with them to see where they're at.
I
and what
think
their
you're
needs are.
muted, Peter, I believe.
Um,
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not muted. I'm sorry.
no,
The
no.
speakers are off. We apologize.
Yeah, a mentor can walk them through that in the initial interview, see what stage they are at. Generally, we would like to see a business plan of some sort. Many will not have one. They've got an idea, and that's why they come to us. And we want to find out what the idea is, and then we'll start that process with them. We call a roadmap a business plan because we have to know where they're going. They've got everything in their head, but I don't know where they're going. In order for us to help them, we need to know what direction and what they've accomplished so far. And we'll put all the pieces together. This we call the Humpty Dumpty process, and we'll come together with them and figure out what their idea is, and we'll put together a business plan that is that can be functional for not only the client, but makes sense to a lender and to the people that he's going to be selling products to.
Thank you, Peter. Okay, I believe that's it, everybody. We don't have any more questions. If you have anything, it's about 11:01. We're just right on time for completing this. I'll turn it back over to my colleague, Michael, and he can close this out and give you some last minute resources available.
All right, thank you, Kirk. All right, thank you guys for attending here today. So also, if I just want to point out, if you guys have any last minute questions maybe that weren't answered, or maybe you have a question later on, here is our speakers, and here is their contact emails if you have any additional questions that you would like to get answered. So, maybe if you want to take either a picture of it or screenshot it or write it down.
The PDF in the chat of the slides.
And also the PDF is in the chat of the slides as well. And here's some upcoming webinars. So that you guys can review, that if you want to feel like you want to attend. On 9/20, we have mental health, and on September 27th, we have strategies to cope with PTSD. And then on the 29th, we have claims and compensation. Also, this is our survey. We mentioned this earlier. So when we were doing the overview, we had the survey up there as well. This is that same survey. So we do enjoy your feedback, and we take your feedback to help engineer and make our webinars better, and we're always looking to improve ourselves. So if you guys would like to participate in that, there's the QR code and there's the link for that as well. And I just want to thank you guys for your service, and I want to thank everybody for coming out here, and Annette, and then our school representatives, Peter Fong and Christina Gonzalez. Thank you guys very much for coming out here. We really do appreciate you guys talking to our veterans out here and getting out to the community. And I really hope everybody here takes advantage of all the benefits and resources that were presented today. And even the newsletter stuff that school represented, and their webinars and stuff like that, and their schedule. Take advantage of all the things out there and take advantage of these agencies. And I just want to say thank you guys very much for coming out here, and that's going to conclude our webinar for today. So if you have any additional questions, there is our CalTAP email as well as our number as well, which a live representative will talk to you. And there's our QR codes for our social media channels. And that's going to conclude our webinar for today. Thank you guys very much for attending.
Thank you all.